Let's go 1, 2, 2, 4.
Merry Christmas Eve.
Hey, welcome, Shanghai.
I made it.
I hesitate to even go into the other display screen right now. So let me just, and why not? Let's say, hey, welcome to Walk Reaper.
Merry Christmas Eve, Reaper. Merry Christmas Eve, Princess Fluff. Okay, good. My mic's working. Yep. Okay. All right. Hope you guys are doing really well today. It's Christmas Eve.
Doing
we should all be doing
It's a little hectic.
Yeah, Sega definitely gave us a curveball, right? So Princess.
This is the present for us.
Yeah, I am doing very well myself. Been very busy, leading up to Christmas, but wonderful times. Have been having wonderful VF sessions in Portland, and yeah, 3 of them this week, so it was great for offline, and then did some online sparring as well with Tricky and with Dennis 201. So it's been a wonderful week. As far as VF goes, it's been a great week, and life goes, it's been good, productive, busy.
Okay. Sounds great. Got 3 seconds left on the ads. We got 9 people.
Wonderful.
All right.
Welcome back, J4. Is Billion Music? Have I seen them before?
No, I think I met him while playing with my alt character in rank, and so I just messaged people who I have good connection with, and it's like, hey, I'm doing league, so if you want to join, please do.
That is awesome.
That's why he's here.
That's how we do it. It's
happy holidays, Jimmy.
Hey, boy,
all right, let me just give my
Yeah, we always make the always take the opportunity, always take away excuses, that's my motto for growth, for finding new VF friends, whether I'm at like bonus round last week where we got more people in the VF, or even at the local sessions when we teach people, examples of taking away the excuses, but you do it in a nice way, which is you offer to teach in a very nice and patient way if they're looking for a teacher or if they feel like it might be hard. But teaching VF is a little tricky, so I'll admit there is a skill involved, but it gets better with practice and with experience. But the biggest excuse I'll take away is sometimes they'll say I don't have a PS4, and I'll be, we can play it on pretty much all the systems, including PC. And then usually that's where we get quite a few people get into the Virtua Fighter Discords, so they can get help with setting up and getting on. And we've got quite a few people that have gone onto the PC that way, because that one is probably the biggest one that I do run into, are people that wish they could play it on PC. So I let them know they can, and they do, and they stick, and they love the game. So we'll meet you wherever you're at.
Alright, we're going to start the countdown of 5 matches before we start the first league. For those who's for Billion Music or people who's watching the stream not familiar with how I won the league, we give about a 3-minute ad break, and then there are 5 intermission matches before we start the league. So just give people time to enter, and also those who can't play no more after playing in the first or second league, time to leave. So right now we start. This is the 5th match, and then we go 4, 3, 2, 1. And just again, a reminder for those who's not aware of, patch 1.50 on Monday did introduce a bug. All right. So all of us who's not playing this game right now in the room watching this match, if you were at the versus screen that you see and hit the L1 button to get into full screen mode, that can potentially lead to the 2 players having their match frozen and they can't continue, and also your game will also freeze. it actually froze our league on Tuesday, and then Europe had one freeze yesterday. But main thing is don't hit the L1 button during the versus screen. There might be another bug that I just found yesterday. Not sure, but we just hope Sega will fix it soon. But while we wait for that fix, just don't hit the L1 button. During the league, we will try to just make it even number of players so that there's no chance that someone will accidentally be able to spectate and accidentally hit the L1 button. Okay. Oh, and just give the proper. I think J Thor participate while you were when you hosted for me.
Yes, that's correct. That's when I first saw them.
So let me give him his proper welcome. J Thor.
Welcome to the leagues, J Thor. They played
He's
quite
been participating for a while now too. So, all right. Oh, did that work? Oh, that's why. We got this.
I know that Silverbolt's Vanessa is supposed to be the Tekken Raven Vanessa, but to me it still kind of looks like a Battle Angel Vanessa. So, but yeah, one of the very special things there's a few very special things that are in the PS4 version in Ultimate Showdown. Of course, the most obvious are like the hit sparks, which I do think are a quality of life upgrade, though a minor one, but a really nice one. But the biggest thing that is in the PS4 Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown is this League Battle Mode. This League Battle Mode is something that I wish a lot more fighting games would have, and definitely needs to be put in all future versions of VF. It's been wonderful for us as a community, and I think it's been proving itself in the Akai leagues throughout the week, including Sundays, and also in EU's Akai leagues as well. I think it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful when I've run rooms as well, because it just gets a lot of people to get a lot of matches in all together. So it's a very satisfying experience. So it is one of those things you will be missing when you're playing on the PC version, but you will get all the customization and costumes in the PC if you're playing Final Showdown on any of the other consoles or on PC.
Yeah, I think Blurring and Nala mentioned how it actually felt better the game quite wise versus Ultimate Showdown.
I think
input lag must be better, probably.
I do think it's sharper in terms of there is a sharpness to it, and I think Final Showdown just plays like there's some of us, not everyone, some of us feel like there's like that Final Showdown itself is a little more responsive,
Really?
And yeah, just slightly. It's one thing where the first time I felt it was when I first played. I got to play Ultimate Showdown on a review build for someone someone I know that had the review build, and I noticed it when I first played Sarah. But then again, like I adjusted to it within like 4 games. And it's like, oh, this gameplay is so fantastic and great, and so it's one of those things. But and so there is some of us who like but then again, it also depends on setup. If you play on PS3 and you play like on a CRT, then that'll be faster for sure. But the PC version will play kind of at a similar speed as that, or playing on emulation on the PC. And that's pretty fast. It's actually, so you kind of realize it's kind of monitor, it's kind of PS4, but PS4 Pros and PS5 play very well. And so, but again, I might give Final Showdown just a slight edge in it, but it's only a little, But I think the gameplay is great, and again, this game plays so more than 99% accurate for the gameplay. But yeah.
Alright, we got 3 more matches to go.
Play. Good first round. That was a really good wake up. Right away I was like, oh, what am I doing here? Alright, he went for the low.
Alright, so it's just a Friday session. Right now, Bannock is in first place with most first place finishes, leading Cessna by 4.
Congratulations.
Both of them 1-1 on Friday, and also 1-1. And let's see, so we still have 5, including today, 5 more sessions.
Congratulations to Crazy Junk or Bannock. I really, he's definitely was on my list of players that could really climb up, especially now that like weekdays are more on their schedule, and I really am happy that they get to play in the league battles since you've opened up the weekday schedule. I think that's really wonderful. Also, congratulations Setsuna on like just been pretty amazingly consistent throughout, and then I'm pretty happy that I've been able to get as many wins as I could when I could. This has been my schedule in the leagues is more like most people's schedule now, because I've missed quite a few of them. But I really enjoy it a lot, and I really am happy that there's all this opportunity to enjoy these league battles. All the battles have just been so much fun and mean so much to me. So wonderful experience for us all, and Merry Christmas again. So,
alright, we still have 2 more matches to go. So passcode is 1224 for those who want to join.
So one of the things I'm going to remind people is some people are used to force crouch setups, right? And they're used to using force crouch setups to set up low throw. Now, something I want you to know is that there's only a few places where a force crouch actually leads to a guaranteed like low throw, and that means that they have to be at -10. What that means is that when it's not guaranteed, there is an answer to it, which means that if I attack, if I throw, if I dash, if I evade, it's going to then your low throw is going to fail, and that's okay. You just need to make a read and watch what your opponent does. And by watching what your opponent does, in my case, I like to evade crouch dash. So if you see that I'm doing evade, just mix up. Tell yourself, next time I do that force crouch, I'm going to throw him. As an example. Now, if the person's attacking, that's a little different. Then you want to do a different option. Then you want to do a fast launcher. And then, but you want to use those opportunities when your opponent does something against what you want to do. Use that as an opportunity to read, as an opportunity to really mess them up. Excellent. That was a really good stuff. I do love it when RJ's got his groove here, when he finds the spacing and he weaves in and he's like, you're hitting buttons and I can beat that. Really like it when RJ does that. Now, a funny note about game speed, right? Since we brought up the topic of playing on PC feels a little faster, or I would say sharper, a little faster. Actually, when I play now, ever since last week's tournament, it's been known that I have two golden lever setups that I've used for VF, right? One of them is, and this is something I did after the tournament, not during. Ooh, nice to know. And what I do is basically now, really good game. I took advantage of the fact that I knew that the high was the next move, right? Here's a slide under the high, boom, boom. I use my fast lever when I play online, and I use my more comfortable medium fast speed lever when I play offline, and that's been a wonderful thing for me, actually. Very good game, RJ. Very, very good game. Oh, okay. Is the match starting now, or after this?
No, we still have one more match to go.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, I've been doing that, and it's been wonderful this whole week. Because I'd actually started to find myself inputting way before the buffer on quite a few things when I was playing in the tournament last weekend, and it just meant that like I was playing kind of faster and sharper. And that the faster and sharper actually was going the reverse direction. It was made like it was people always want faster, people always want sharper, and that's really good. But if you're playing too fast, that's another form of imprecision, right? And so I was, but I was reading fast, but I guess I had gotten used to the speed at which I play online, which is that online you have to input early. You have to do situations a little early, just because lag by definition means it's going to be slower. And so when I started using the fast lever on my offline, or in my online, and then use the slower lever on my offline, that has allowed me to kind of carry that situational awareness really well in the offline, but also play at the speed of offline.
Excuse me, I'm going to interrupt you for a second here. Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah. So welcome, Tricky. We right now have 9 players. If we do get one more person to join, we'll have an even number. Hey, we got it. Okay. Thank you, Jinx. Okay. But if we do get odd number, I'll just put myself as spectator just to make sure that there's no chance that we actually get respark to happen. So. All right, continue, Chan.
Yep. So, anyways, it's been wonderful. But also, I had an awesome time last week at bonus round. We'll probably talk about it later. But thank you so much, Akai. This has been really a treat.
You're welcome. Thanks for also a special thanks to Chan and Sasuna for 2023 to host Sundays when I can't. If they were not able to host, we would not have actually gotten 50 Sundays this year. And so, nice little milestone of being consistent. So thank you.
Right now, it's giving Silverbolt the crack the opponent practice. Though cracking is hard, because the problem with cracking though is cracking can make you over aggressive. But it's a way to play VF. Mitigating risk though is a really powerful way as you get stronger. Very nice.
I should attack with you.
Good game, Silverbolt. Hope you don't mind that sharp sparring. It's a lot of fun for me, but it's one of those things where working on our sparring. All right, good luck, everybody, and thank you so much.
Yep, good luck, everyone. Have fun.
All right, let's charge our Discord phone. Alright, everybody, I hope you're having a good time. I kind of talked too much during that time, and I know Akai is very polite. Hernan, awesome. Good getting the best 4 in the tournament mode. Yeah, playing sharper, playing more solid defense has been something that both Hernan and I work on. And then Hernan also likes to ring out. I always will go for the ring out too if I can. But sometimes that means being patient if you think the opponent's trying to play around that. This is okay. So this is a little laggy, and that's okay. Okay. The downside is if I sneak in some lows, they're going to be harder to defend in this style of play online, because online you need to predict lows more. That was good. That was a really good side. He's like, I'm just going to wait for that and see if he's greedy, and I was. Very good dash and grab. That was excellent tech. That was the right call, actually. That was the right call. I hit a button too early. But if I didn't hit the button too early, his that Okizeme would have nailed me. So. Okay, that was good. Good game, Hernan. Good game. It's just the beginning. Just the beginning. All right. Also, shout outs to Tricky. My sparring sessions with her have really helped me so much. And Hernan's sparring partners with them also help them so much. So this is like, again, it's really fun to have that. And also Deniso 201, right? That's why I can feel more confident fighting Jackie, but at the same time it's very scary. Jackie is quite a beast. If they can set you up to whiff, it's that beat knuckle is just really evil. But we try to be ready for it. Let's see. But Jackie can be both aggressive and also very patient and defensive, and he's just good at it all. Like, he wins neutral, so Leon has to really respect Jackie's ability in the neutral. If Leon doesn't, if I don't defend half the time that I do, I'm gonna eat so much crap. You know. Oh, definitely take her up on the offer. Tricky generally likes to teach, but yeah, but watching Tricky streams helps so much, and yeah, it's good stuff. And Juicebox also happy to teach. I saw you a bit yesterday in Juicebox stream. Juicebox's stream yesterday was awesome. It was another stream where it had a lot of good gameplay, but it also had a lot of good teaching, and had a lot of good lessons and labbing for everyone. I loved it. I had a lot of fun watching Juicebox's stream yesterday when I was taking care of other tasks. I hate that. Alright, I guessed correctly. If I guessed wrong, I would have lost that round. Being able to make your mind clear helps a lot too in this game, and that's actually why, like, sometimes you might have a boost at the start of a session, is when you can keep your mind clear and be very open to what your opponents are doing. Um, but it goes both ways. Sometimes you need that super focus, you know. That's up. All right. Sometimes you need that extra focus too, but sometimes that the risk of the focus is that you can get very tunnel visioned. So last week, Panda shared with me a post on Twitter from 3 years ago, from from a developer at BioWare. That's an RPG developer, but but fighting game player in both the for Eunice, for Under Night in Birth, and also for Guilty Gear, I believe. Fake Steve, and Fake Steve actually did a really good job of breaking down something that I do try to explain to people, but it's kind of hard to explain because it's about how you assess your opponent, you know, how you assess them on certain metrics. And on these, they isolate it to two pretty good metrics, right? A lot of time, there's the hardest one to nail, but they found a good term. I would have used to call interactivity, meaning how your opponent is reacting to you, how much your play is influencing their play. They just simply call it thinking about you. That's a really good way to put it. It nails it. Makes it a lot easier for a lot of people to understand. Thinking about you. Is your opponent thinking about you, or are they not thinking about you? How much, right? So that's a really good that's a good axis. And the other axis is more about how active they are. It's kind of more how conscious they are playing. Are they playing more conscientious, or are they kind of doing some form of like a like set play, autoplay, kind of you know. Jinx is awesome. I love fighting Jinx. I love that setup. He has that on lock. That was really good neutral. That's it. That's the power of one good counter hit knee. And that good counter hit knee happens because you hit a button when you are minus. That is the risk with Go. Fight and Go. Heldas, thank you very much for that's a nice compliment, but I hope you're doing very well. And welcome. Oh, I thought I had the range. I was too short. Beautiful. He called out the low punch. So good. That was such a fun battle. That was such a fun round. Good round, Jinx. That was a good call out on the low punch. Go is so strong, right? If Go makes the right critical decisions, the amount of damage he does is quite above average. It's really good. And so he's like the sustained character in the game. You just make good decisions with Go. You do so much good damage. You get a good counter hit in. But I do like what Juicebox said is the challenge with Go is that you're mostly like 2 hit strings, so you don't have like the shenanigans that you can have with delay strings with a character like Go or with Akira. And that's not everything. It's not the end all be all. In VF it really is not. But it does mean that you're just making critical decisions like very often. Very often. But you're cashing in on them too, so but you're not doing as much like setting up with like, oh, I'm gonna do this and then slowly do this and then catch you with this, which can actually work against very reactive and fast players. Yep, Princess Fluff, Tricky has answered the call and said, let her know when you're ready and she will train you. Very good punish. Oh, not the best. That was good. That was good call out. I thought I got him with that dash. I was trying to do a dash and change timing, but I used slow enough move. This is Reaper is really good. Like Reaper is also one of those people that. Okay, you can't do that. Really good. Yes, this is something Reaper didn't do enough in the past, and he's doing right now. Call out the opponent that is not that is staying down. You gotta do it. You can't just wait for them to run into the tech roll setup. So set up a situation that punishes them for staying down. Now this is very insecure for me, and I'm gonna probably lose this match. Yep, that was it. I fell for it. It's really good. It's all about pacing. That was so good. So sometimes what I'm doing here is I'm recognizing that there was a mishit and that it gave me a chance to kind of that they recognize it too. There you go. He learned. That was so good, right? He adjusted. He was like, okay, I know Chanchai is now going to do this. And he blocked. Really good. I love that he called out that Abari. He's just like, you're still going to Abari here. That was perfect, except not the best execution, but that was really good. Reaper's playing so smart. Really good game, Reaper. That was a wonderful battle. That was probably one of my favorite battles that we've had during this whole year. I think that battle was one of my favorite battles that you and I've had during this whole year, Reaper. That was excellent. Really smart play. Really good setting me up. Really actually responding to what I am actually doing more than I am to them. And superb. So keep at it. Keep at it, Reaper. If you're in the lead, I hope you continue. I hope you can take it. Well, I'm hoping I can win, but it's hard. We got all these monsters in here. Now I got Tricky. This is going to be hell. We'll see what happens with Tricky. Really good. Salute to you, Nelly. So that crouch dash what cost me. I told myself to do a side kick, but actually my hands wanted to crouch dash there. I love that step. She knew. She knew. Yeah, that crouch dash is gonna kill me, because Tricky knows double down that what I'm doing. Use my speed again, not my speed, but use that I'm calling out people that like to backdash there. Nice. That was perfect. Wonderful game. I wish that rung out, but it was a wonderful battle. Thank you so much for the battle, Tricky. I enjoyed that one. I think I played that match more consciously than some of the times when we do play in League, and I really enjoyed it. So it was a really good battle of wits. Tricky won that, and I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it so much. This is what we love about Virtua Fighter. I think if I did the punch spin punch, maybe on the, I don't know if the second time would have worked, but I think if I did that first and then did the PKP, I think that would have worked. But I'll have to figure it out, you know. That's up for Chanchai to lab. That's Chanchai's homework to do, right? So, but it was really fun, and I don't feel robbed at all, right? It's all within the game. Very good. Thank you so much, Nelly. I think it was a really great game too. Very good. Smart play, Silverbolt. Very good. The throw there is really good when you fight Leon. So this is something that was talked about, that Nero brought up a good point to Tricky about fighting Leon. Especially fighting Chanchai's Leon, right? Chanchai's Leon likes to evade and backdash a lot, but it's more than that. So deeper into the Leon matchup, throwing is really good against Leon. You have no idea, right? Leon is a character that wants to do counter hits. He doesn't have as much, like, his normal hit threat is there, but it's very slow. So for him to do it, it's just not happening as often because the risk factor on his normal hit launchers is higher than a lot of characters. So because of that, this actually means that in his design, throwing is better against him. Because he's just, you know, blatant, like, making your throwing obvious is definitely a problem. You don't want that. But if you weave that throwing in just a little more, and in a way that is just like as more of a random mix, that makes it harder for him to decipher. But you just do it a little more, like on the Nash Equilibrium score, you would do throwing a little more. You just if you did the Nash Equilibrium on the matchup, which I don't expect people to ever do, and it's not something I do, but I'm just saying the Nash Equilibrium against Leon would say throw a little more. Mix it up, but throw a little more. And that is a really strong advice for Leon. Now, you have to learn how to do it against the way I play. Thank you very much, Silverbolt. So the way I play, the biggest opportunities are going to be when the same opportunities with everybody else. When you block something that's going to be -6 or worse, then that's a wonderful time. And a lot of times that means the opponent, like Leon, brought the distance to you. They put themselves into throw range, right? So that's when you block something like a side kick deep, a close-up side kick, or you block even an elbow, or but that's, you know, -5. But especially if you block something like the uppercuts and the side kick, right, and the 8K, you block those. Leon has effectively put himself into throw range, and it doesn't mean you always throw him there, but it means that a little more than the mids do the throw. It's really good against Leon. The consequence is not as high. Your reward over your risk is much better when you use throws against Leon. And that's because, and you don't want Leon sidestepping, right? Throwing really discourages him from sidestepping. It's very counterintuitive when you come from other fighting games, but throwing is really good at discouraging sidestepping in this game. Because it just flat out beats it as long as they're within throw range. And they're within throw range if Leon does a side kick or does an uppercut and you block it. Yeah. So that's my big tip, fighting Leon. Now it's hard. Everything in VF is easier said than done. And a lot of times a simple instruction, depending on who you are, like myself, will take me like a lot of sets to get in. All right, RJ, here we go. Side throw. I really like the way RJ plays. It's like his mix of Abari. Like, you always have to take his Abari seriously, but that's a good way to play Jeffrey. Jeffrey has really good strings. It's very underrated because we always like to think of our heavies as heavy hitters, right? And so we're just not thinking of the strings as much. Jeffrey has got really good strings. His strings are designed to catch you for hitting buttons, but they can also, his strings can also get you to try to fuzzy guard if you know. And if that's the case, then he switches his response, and he goes on to like the I dare you to fuzzy guard plan. But you can only do that when the opponent's actually doing fuzzy guard. So most of the time, you're doing the I dare you to hit buttons plan, and then the I dare you to hit the guard button plan. Alright, very good game, RJ. Very good game. But yeah, that post by Fake Steve about on one axis, how active is my opponent playing or inactive, versus how much are they thinking about me and acting according to that. And that is a great way. It's a great chart for Virtua Fighter because Virtua Fighter is such a player versus. When we say that Virtua Fighter is a very player versus player game, that's what we're talking. Like it's kind of talking about this. But you know, to play does mean to have some practice and get to know the system and all that. And so playing people that are at your skill level helps you see it a lot see it in very clear terms, but guides you too. But when you play against people that are really stronger, that is a way to learn as well. It is scary, but I think it's worth it because for me, that's the fastest way that I've ever found to learn was to play people that are really strong and just kind of, you know, take the losses, but gain on the experience and just keep working out try to solve problems, you know. Oh, very nice opening, J-Thor. I like this opening right now. Alright, good game, good round. I like how J-Thor played those initial sequences quite a bit. So right now I'm just playing with his knowledge gap, right? I'm showing some stuff and I'm hitting him with stuff that he doesn't know that Leon has, but he will as we play more. But he's doing some really good stuff in the neutral. Alright. Now I've got this kind of rhythm on his play. Let's see how this goes. Very nice. He's going to call out those. Okay. Leon is very good at countering low attacks, but it doesn't mean he's going to just keep doing it. But that's how Leon is very scary at beating lows. It's ironic that Leon is a character known for his lows, but he we use some spacing to set that up. Thank you very much for the game, J-Thor. I do want to spar with you more. I really like your Lao and the direction it's going, so keep it up. Keep it up. So, let's talk about some points about Leon, though. So, Leon is very good at crushing lows. So, if you do a lot of lows against Leon, the irony is that Leon's very good at really punishing lows himself. In terms of in the neutral, he's not good at punishing them when he blocks them, but he's good at crushing lows. Right, that's where the hop kick becomes strong. On the flip side, yes, Leon is known to have good lows. He has arguably the best set of lows in the game. But the other side of that coin, he has the most punishable lows in the game. So most of his lows are very punishable. So if you spend the time in the lab practicing, you go, like if you fight me, take a note, try to take a note or a screenshot in the replay or whatever of the lows that you encountered when we fought, and then go into the dojo and practice punishing them on block. Now, blocking low is hard on the online in this game because you have to block it early. So yes, my character is being a cheap bastard because the lows are hard. Like you have to predict them and then block them. It's hard to do it on reaction. Yep, I hit 2 buttons. Don't hit 2 buttons against Setsuna. Keep it at 1. That was good. Right now my brain's gone. That's ring out. Really good round, Setsuna. Okay, let's put our brain back into this game. That was really good targeting. I need to get good at the direction. If I do, he's so wrecked. He just had to respond a little faster to this, and he would have won that. Okay, I went forward, then I went back. That was good forward mix. Okay, if he blocked this low here, I would have lost because he would have had guaranteed damage. I wish that was guaranteed PKP. It was not. Alright, good game, my friend. Good game. Good battles.
Forgot the train, eh?
Alright. Congratulations, Tricky, on the clear 8-0. And yeah, very good stuff. That was wonderful. I had a fun league. And Tricky, congratulations on taking that win. It's dominant. In side turn, the middle kick hit the side turn, but the frame wasn't enough. And so I don't know why that I couldn't get the PKP. I don't know why, but it was good battle. It's what it was, but it sometimes happens too because of the weird moving frames on side turn. So I'm not sure. Because I saw a blue, but they were not enough to be stuck. So it needs to be counter hit, I guess. Yeah. Alright. My Discord's acting up here. Damn it, Discord, why you gotta be dumb? Is other people having trouble with the Discord on mobile? Like, I always have problems with, like, the use. Alright. Hello, my friends. Congratulations to Tricky.
Yep, congratulations indeed.
GG's.
GG's and really good battles, everyone. Good battle sets.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Simple. If you're basically trying to tap when you see my roll animation, you're mostly gonna be too late to execute the throw escape input. That's why we talk about using the lazy throw escape method. I definitely should try to explain this more like outside of the league session, because I think that will solve a lot of the issue, because a lot of the things in this game you can't really just use your eyes react to see and input something. Everything kind of has to be kind of planned out. That's when you're playing VF at the highest speed for the most part.
Is Silverbolt trying to? Is Silverbolt trying to just tech the throws in terms of like timing it when they throw, as opposed to just denying it every time?
Way of VF.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, in this game you absolutely must and should do. You should build throw escape into your guard unless you're buffering your next move. So anytime that you're guarding, there should be a throw escape up. Anytime that you're when you whiff, there should generally be a throw escape up, because if you think you're going to guard, unless you're inputting your next move, you should have a guard throw escape up, like whenever you would normally guard. And then the trick is to not make it force you to stay guarded too long. So just only as long as you would normally guard. Now Silverbolt does guard quite a while, just like Akai does, but generally, just make sure you're not guarding more than you normally would otherwise. And then
I'm sorry, I need.
Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to want to add now, and 3 minutes we could continue this discussion, or Chancellor can explain to you on his stream the ads running, and I'm going to post around to let people know that the room is open for the second league. Okay? Sorry about that.
Yeah. All right. So while we're doing this ad break, we're gonna break it down. So the technique for guard throw escape for everybody that can actually hear this, and I know Silverbolt might not, but he might hear it on my stream. The technique for guard throw escape is essential. You must be doing it. And it's something where it's not lazy, it's proactive to do it. It's just, we call it lazy throw escape because it's just easier to do than the old throw escape system, which was very difficult for most people. To where in my city, I was sometimes the only person doing more than one throw escape in the previous VFs. Now, this game, you can only do one throw escape. And the best way to do a throw escape is what we call a guard throw escape. How you do that is, technically to do a throw escape, you just need to be holding, you don't have to tap, holding the throw escape command for whatever your opponent's trying to throw you with. But I like to think of it, instead of saying that you're doing a throw escape, I'd like to say you're denying your opponent from doing certain throws. If their strongest throw directions happen to be forward, then you can deny forward, and that will effectively lower the damage they can do with throws. Now, to do this, we press and hold guard, and then while we're already holding guard, which means our character is now guarding and is not moving around, not going to be hitting a punch when you hit punch, while you're holding guard, now you can press and hold punch, and you can hold either back or forward, or leave the stick at neutral. And in either of those cases, you are effectively denying the relevant throw. Denying throws is the mindset to have about throw escapes in this game. Not I want to react and stop their throw. No, denying it outright. Just being like, you cannot throw me with that forward throw. And if you have that mindset with it, it becomes a little easier to understand what you need to do. And then the initial skill barrier that you have to climb as a beginner, and definitely need to have as an intermediate, is to be able to do a guard throw escape anytime that you're like after you whiff, when your opponent hits you, or like when you or like, you know, when they block your attack. Because if your option was going to be guard, well, guard throw escape is a better guard. Every single time it's a better guard. The only time you're not doing it should be when you're just trying to input your next attack. Yeah. If you're talking about the guard being eaten, if you're talking about the guard input being eaten, which I know very well and we talked about, when you tech roll, try to double tap guard, try to let go. And sometimes it might still happen, but in general it should not. But that's what I have to do, right? Because I have this habit of, when I tech roll, of letting go of punch and kick while I'm still holding guard. And that causes me to suddenly have the guard input disappear. And it sucks because for 10 years, well, for almost 10 years, a lot of players thought I was making this up. And it's like, no, this is a real thing. It happens specifically when you do ukemi. That if you hit guard way too early, when you ukemi, then this is the problem. So to fix that, wait until your character is almost no longer invincible. While they're still invincible, but like at the end of that. So when you tech roll, wait until then before you actually press and hold guard. Wait until like wait until you're halfway through your tech roll. Really, that will fix it. That should fix it. And again, when we're in the heat of the moment, we can rush things. It tends to happen. It happens to me a lot. That's why I said that sometimes in offline session, I input things too early, right? It's because sometimes I'm rushing. So sometimes I have what I know what I'm going to do next, and I do it way early. And so it's a tricky thing, but yeah. Yeah. This seems like exploiting to ensure clean input. Yeah. I mean, I'll just say that the things here are, in my experience, are very actually consistent. And sometimes I'm the variable, right? Uh, and so when I am tilted, I do rush. I absolutely do. But and Tricky is very good at punishing me for rushing. So, yeah.
All right, guys. Ad break's over with.
Alright.
This reminder: passcode is 1224 for those watching the stream, and would like to participate. We're going to start the 5-match countdown to begin the second league. Again, reminder: if you're spectating, do not go into full screen mode when you see the versus screen. So if Chan and Dewak accept the match here.
Okay. Thank you so much for the match, Tricky. Yep, Silverbolt, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Sorry, Kai. So Silverbolt has confirmed. Oh, is this the thing?
I'm sorry?
Is this the thing, Akai, that you're talking about?
Oh, no.
Okay.
No, no one's accepting matches, that's all.
Okay, alright. Okay. Merry Christmas, Tricky. Have a lot of fun. Yeah, just make sure you're not holding the guard, like, from like when you tech rolled. Meaning, wait, double tap it, triple tap it. It will, triple tapping the guard before, will help. It's what helps me. But generally for me, that consistently happens if I hit tech roll and I just pressed guard right away, or like was stuck on holding guard. Yeah. So I feel you. I feel you, Silverbolt, because yes, I've dealt with this, and I've overcome it. Mostly it creeps up once in a while, but when it creeps up, it's because I rushed again and I hit tech roll and I didn't let go of guard. I just kept holding guard because I knew I was going to guard, and then no guard comes out. Yeah, and I hate it. And I hear you out. I know it's real. Like, that's much better than what I had to deal with in the past when I explained to people and they're just like, I don't know, press guard, and I'm like, I am. You know? It's like, you know? So like, people were very dismissive of me when I talked about this issue. It's a real issue. It's a weird side product of the way that the meaty system works, but there is an easy fix, which is telling yourself not to guard until like halfway through that tech roll. And it sucks because it shouldn't work that way, in my opinion, either. It does in Final Showdown. It did not work that way in previous VF games. It is specific to both Final Showdown and Ultimate Showdown, and the fact that it's still an Ultimate Showdown tells me it was not a bug. That it was just a way that was designed, and it's like, okay. So I hear you out, and I hear you out. I know you're not. I know you're talking about something very true. And I'm trying to help. We'll try to work through it, but we'll talk about it more later. We're gonna now get back to our normal podcast discussion. Take it away, Kai.
You know what? Just kind of like a parenthesis. Something very interesting. If someone will notice that a lot of us don't get hit by side throws. That's just a product of the side throw only being one direction. Like, if you know that it's coming, I think that it's on the opponent to mix you up. And so generally, a lot of people at certain level just don't get hit by side throw. This is why, because we're always doing lacy throw escape, and if it's just one direction to avoid, then it just becomes easier.
This is a little trick that basically looking at your body and where it is facing when you're side turn to know which direction to input. For someone like me who don't really know my left and right very well, I just recognize from the game.
Back is forward, forward is back.
Yeah.
And I've seen Akai start to do it more. So yeah, it's doable.
Yes, it took me like a couple of years, but yes.
Yeah. No, like, yeah, up, back, down, forward is a great way. But that said, and yeah, using the left, like, it's up to each player which way works best for them. But yeah, I've been programmed on the left-right way. But I've learned that it's really cool when you simplify it down to upper half of the screen versus bottom half of the screen, or if some people look at the direction that the character's head's looking at. So it's they all work. Whichever way works best for you is best, but it is also something that can be used against you. But we worry about that later. Mastering the side throwscape is the first step, and but it's also why it makes it harder to throw somebody from the side if they're able to do that side throwscape, because they're just holding that side throwscape. And that's why a lot of times I don't use the side throw enough. I should use it more, actually, because a lot of opponents are trying to just defend, and so, but that's also why from the side I'm doing a lot of mid-low and sometimes jab. But yeah, because the side game emphasizes more mid-low mix-up in the side turn situation, even if the main game doesn't as much. The forward or
the low becomes less of a problem, right? It becomes more advantageous.
Yeah, it gains enough frame advantage to do some interesting stuff, but also it's less problematic than the side throw, right? Which is really the thing.
The other thing about side game that should be brought to attention is those force crouch situations. They work a lot better
inside
when your opponent's side.
Yes, they work so much. Actually, RJ nailed me really good with that. He got a purple spark, and I needed to respect the low side throw, and I didn't, so I ate it. that was really dead on.
Also, the side throws, the side low throws, they follow the same logic.
Yes.
They are broken by arm, but you have to be holding down forward or down back.
Correct.
And just to add a little bit, make it a little bit complicated, there are some characters that have multiple side throws.
Kage.
Don't worry about them.
Yeah, they're broken the same way. I just made a video where I showed the Rock Reaper that.
Awesome.
Because he was telling me that, there's a mix. And I'm like, no, sadly there is not.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I thought it became 50-50 for some of those people who has those.
It probably should be nice, but as far as I've tried, at least against El Blaze, it's no different. You just hold the same direction.
Yeah,
okay.
Send me the link to the video. I'll be happy to share it. I'll be happy to post it somewhere.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, I mean not right away. I'm just saying later on, DM me and we'll share it around, because it's a good one. That sounds like a very good topic, and I think people love tech videos.
Like, if you know what's going on, you know what's going on. But
yeah, people love tech videos, and VF is a game that could use all the more tech videos. So, yeah.
All right, guys, we got 3 more matches to go. So if you want to join, participate, passcode's 1224. Today's date, which is Christmas Eve, so it should be easy to remember. This another personal service announcement. We're patch 1.50. Hopefully they'll fix it soon. If you're in the room at the first screen before a match starts, you're a spectator, don't hit the L1 button. That will cause a chance for the game to freeze. And hopefully Sega can fix that sooner than later. So yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
To make sure that we don't have that when the league is actually going on. I will not participate in this second league, so right now we have 6 players, so that should be good. We shouldn't have issues with that. But if we do get odd number of players, I'll just join in as like a dummy. So when you play against me, I'm just staying there while I'm away from the keyboard taking care of some stuff.
Yeah, Sega's just, with this patch is just telling you that please appreciate our VFTV user interface. And please enjoy watching it in this fine graphical user interface that we designed.
There's also might be another bug that I encountered yesterday. I'm not sure if it is or not. But when basically when it's not full screen mode either, I was trying to invite players back into a room, and it got to the first screen. I know it got back to the first screen because of the intro music.
The music was coming, yeah.
Yeah, and then my invite player list basically disappeared,
Uh-huh.
and the match was ongoing, but it was not viewable on my end, and I couldn't do it in control. So maybe it's another bug related to the bug that Sega officially confirmed, or I was just really unlucky and the netcode spares were very unkind to me. That
No, I don't think it's a general
It might
bug.
be.
I think that's a bug related
I
to
think
the
I
game.
think it might be the Ghost of Christmas Past, because I think that might have been a bug that existed in the first few months of VF of this game.
Wait, what did you say? Ghost of Christmas patch?
Yeah, Ghost of Christmas Past and patch. We'll figure out a way to use the word pastiche in here too.
yes.
The Ghost of Christmas Patch.
This is Sega's Merry Christmas to us right now.
It's like you guys
But
have been
hopefully,
naughty. You guys have been
hopefully
naughty,
they're doing
demanding
better
things
now
we're
than
not
they
ready to give yet. You know, so it's like a lump of coal.
Well, no, I think what this is just Sega trying to tell us, hey, the game worked perfectly. Stop trying to complain about it.
We heard that bugs were popular in France and in major cities like New York too. You know.
Oh god.
So,
Aoki is a troll.
yeah.
He is a
You
troll.
can just looking at him, you can tell he's the biggest troll there is.
Yes. But if anyone's not seen it yet, on VF official Twitter account, Aoki did wrote in a English Christmas card saying thank you for playing VF, happy fights, Aoki P. And some people are really on hook on hopium and see 6 presents down here. What that means, yeah, who knows?
They're not saying that because of
We know that
hopium. They're
Aoki's
saying because
very,
there's 6 presents
yeah.
under
We're doing
that
good
tree.
troll.
Look at those side escape throws, Silver Ball. Okay, see this is what we're talking about. You're now using 2 concepts that just were given to you. One is the evade at the right time, and the other one is the lazy throw escape. That's working, buddy.
Yeah.
It's working. I think just let's get some of these concepts that you might be not getting right, and let's improve on those. So I think
Yeah.
you did
Keep
good.
it up. That was
You did
awesome.
really
That was good.
Uh,
And Reaper
I-
played
I-
a brilliant
I-
match against
go ahead.
me. I'm just saying, Reaper played a brilliant match against me in that last league. It was I think it was the best match that Reaper and I have had in this whole year. All right, go ahead.
But just to reiterate, I think a lot of the times we do like to say the netcode caused a lot of our execution issues. But from my own experience, and I think it's the case for most situations, a lot of the issues, though that there's latency and stuff, is the execution is our own errors. Especially in the heat of a match, we're more prone to make more mistakes.
I agree with that.
One thing that I do recommend and suggest, like if anyone does have questions or issues with execution stuff, I know Chanchai and many of us are more than welcome to just kind of give suggestion and advice. I am a big proponent of just going to training mode and have the input display, and that solves that's basically telling you the exact information on if your execution is bad or not. And now,
Well, I agree with that, but sometimes people also have to know what they're looking at.
Yes.
And that doesn't always happen.
Some things,
if anyone
yeah.
does not understand how to use that display to work, I am more than happy to
so
if you stream or something, watch your stream and see the input display and explain stuff I show you why sometimes things are not working or not working.
I think that would be pretty good. Like if you made a video explaining and how to interpret what you're seeing.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things on the to-do list that's still taking a very long time to get.
I know. I really.
This match with Reaper is so fun. He's like Reaper is doing this really great thing that I've been cheering for him to do, which is punish people that stay down and suddenly like this, and suddenly your Okizeme like improves damage dramatically because you got to give people the opportunity to make the bad choice. You need to give them the opportunity to make a bad guess. And to do that, you got to kind of, you know, uh, especially the higher level you go, you have to do that.
You gotta let them play.
Yeah, you gotta let them make a decision.
They'll screw up.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where the amount of punishing them for tech rolling, which is what Blaze is so good at doing, happens more if you do punish them for staying down. But if you don't do that, if you're only punishing them for tech rolling, that's not a choice. You're not giving them a choice, a good choice, you know. And so now, like, he just wrecked me, and he showed people could see in our match here the full power of Blaze's Okizeme, which is one of his best features. But you have to get the opponent to not stay down. So yeah, the downside to Blaze's Okizeme is that it's very knockdown specific, which ones can actually punish staying down like really, really well. So a lot of times staying down reduces the damage like a lot. And so what it is you strategically you play in a way that's going to lead to those knockdowns that are going to make people really terrified of staying down. And it's kind of hard to do. It's kind of a lot to ask the player to really just, you know, focus on very specific knockdowns first. But it's kind of like the Shun Drunken game. It's going to unlock some really good decision, like really strong options for you later in the match. And then you'll be able to.
This is the last match before we begin the league. We have 6 players, so I'll just put myself as a spectator instead of a practice dummy.
I mean, that what you're describing, Chencha, is Sega being nice about including the conditioning into the design of the character.
Yeah, absolutely. And I really love the way he's using 4-6K plus G. All right. Good luck, everybody.
All right.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Have fun, guys.
Yeah, I agree with Akai as well. About a lot of times people lag is a factor, 100%. But a lot of the things that people have experienced are actually stuff in that can be fixed that are in the game and are happening for many different reasons. When it's new players learning Virtua Fighter, a lot of time it's because they are trying to play like Street Fighter or Tekken, and VF wants you to buffer. And so you have to learn to buffer. So I spend a lot of times teaching beginners how to buffer. Okay, I'm kind of hitting buttons here. I need to do launcher there. I see. So we're going to punish just crouching. Okay. Good. Very good. Alright, good game, Silver Bull. Good game.
What a knucklehead.
Sometimes, yeah. Well, it goes both ways, right? Yeah. But when I feel the awkward neutral, and then I realize, okay, I guess I just need to do lows more. It's hard. Neutral is a very awkward situation in VF. Good games. Good game, Silverbolt. Thanks for hearing us out too. I promise you, we were hearing you out totally, and I was hearing out what you were saying, because I know firsthand, very very firsthand, like 10 years ago hand. I felt it day one on Final Showdown. So yeah. Yes, the neutral is something that I'm glad I'm getting better at, but it is so awkward in VF. But it's really fun. That was good. So right now I'm gonna do like poke into lows, and that will probably well, no, now he's attacking. Okay, so he's not defending. So good. Yeah, don't let me crush that. Nice. There you go. That's what he wants to do. Good. Good. Excellent, Thor. Excellent, Thor. Alright, here we go. Gonna bring the fight to Thor here. Very good start. Alright, I used frame advantage very strongly against you. Good game. One of the hardest skills to build in VF, but it helps a lot, but it takes so much playing to build it, is the ability to watch your opponent, what they're doing during the animations of your own character, right? So like you're not like I'm not watching Leon, I'm watching Lao, and as my attack comes in, I'm watching Lao. And the reason I'm watching Lao is I'm trying to get a judgment early. Is he actually going to block this? Or is Lao going to attack? Or is Lao about to counter hit me? And that allows me to make some decisions pretty early. Now this is a very hard skill, and it's one that's cultivated over lots and lots and lots of playing. But the reason I bring it up is just so that you understand that, like, as you understand that this is actually a skill that people are using, over time you start to see it yourself. You start to it manifests in muscle memory, it manifests in play. It's a very hard skill to just outright like have it in a week. It doesn't work that way, but you will get it. But if you know that it exists, then knowing it exists will actually, like, you will automatically as a player build that skill as you play. And so I bring it up sooner for your awareness of it. That's the weakness then. Again, mid-high, right? Mid-high. That's why I'm doing 4 PP right there. So you're going to want to punish that habit of mine. Oh, sorry. Good game, good game. I was trying to do an offensive move, and he did an offensive move. I apologize. I never do those things on purpose, so. Good game, RJ. Yeah, I was using those sequences, and I was like, okay, I'm going to poke. So the counter to the string pressure is sometimes aggressive poking, if you know that it's happening. And especially anytime that you see a high, when you know a high is coming, then I'm like, okay, I know there's a high coming, so I can low, or I can do like an evasive punch, like my 4P, which slides under high attacks. So when you deal with somebody who starts countering the delay string game, you kind of bring it back to basics. You bring it back to making those single choices with the low punch, the high jab, or the elbow single. You know, but it is like I've never guard punished your 6PP, so that wasn't a risk to do. The only risk that in your sequences was basically the high attacks when it was fighting against me. So keep it up, really good stuff, really good stuff. And taco stage is pretty brutal if the opponent knows how to use it very well, right? So. Oh man, is it Reaper? Am I fighting Reaper? I think I'm fighting Reaper. Oh my god. Alright, Reaper, here we go. This is it. Alright, Reaper. Reaper has won me twice today, and very convincingly with good, sharp play. Let's see what I can bring to the table here. God, I tried to tech, I teched a long time. Half my life gone. Or no, I won our last battle, didn't I? But it was a really good battle? I can't remember anymore. Alright, let's see. I'll figure this shit out. That was bad. Good round. Good round. Alright, let's see. That was punishable. Throw is very dangerous there. Alright, good game, Reaper. Very hard to fight you right now. Very, very hard to fight you out, Blaze. Your range game is even better. Good stuff, but really, it's hard. It feels like threading a needle very tightly with extreme consequences. I'm glad I was able to get it to sneak a punch into the vortex, you know? It's really hard. Or kick, for that matter. Alright, Setsuna, here we go. This is going to be rough. This will determine who wins, because the point differential is very close. The point differential is very, very close. If I lose, he will probably win unless I can make it a 3-2. Unless I can get 2 games in. So if I get 2 games in, I'm okay. Switch. She didn't switch. Oh, it's done with me. That was a good game. Good round, good round. That was bad. That's what you call unnecessary risk. That's ring out. I hate Akira sometimes. That situation comes up very suddenly too. Alright, good stuff. That's good. Good game. I think we're tied for first. No. You got 2-0. Yeah, I think we're tied for first. Alright, I think we're tied. No, I lost. Okay. Only one. Good game.
Oh, okay. Bad, but it's like
Very good game.
People with 4 wins
Congratulations.
and 1 loss record. Susnik is first place.
That was
And
awesome.
the Wafir and Chan tied for second.
Yep.
Let's go.
Very good battle. That was an excellent battle.
Yeah, I got my reads though.
Yep, you did. You
I was
got
like,
your reads.
I was thinking about some things that you were doing. I was like, he's getting me too much with that.
Yep. It's good stuff. Very good battle.
Right.
Yeah, your
Wow.
punishing 2P is like super sharp now. Like it's scary.
I'll try. It's not many opportunities. Oh, that
Alright,
was awesome.
going to get people to try to join for the last league today. Thanks for playing, RJ, and Merry Christmas to you. And third league is Sunday. Alright, let me get back in. Ooh, the O button.
Silverbolt says, "Let Sasuna know he is forcing me to think faster in our sets." That was a very nice
That's
comment,
good. Yeah,
and Setsuna does
I'm
that.
trying. Now that I know that you're doing other things, I'm like, okay, I got to do something else. But yeah, very good sets. It's starting to look better. I'm look at your moment of truth, of satori, of enlightenment. It has to come soon. You gotta. Like, I don't care how old you are. I don't care, like, you have to, I've seen it happen so many times. People just have a moment where things click. And I think we've found some of that for you. I don't know if it's going to be all of it, but you're definitely going to get better after this. So now this has to make you think, like, okay, where else and how else can I improve my game with this? So, yeah, kudos to you.
Passcode is 1224 for those who want to join. This will be the last league of the day. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the team battle at the end of the session, just because I had to get some stuff done with the family before tomorrow, Christmas, for the nephews and nieces' presents.
Nice. Funny story is Latin American people celebrate today, actually, Noche Buena, which is, Christmas Eve.
Really?
Okay. Yeah, we're basically kind of like taking the place of everybody else trying to go be there to witness the birth of Jesus Christ. And it's kind of like a Latin American thing. Although Ariel said it was Puerto Rican Christmas, it's everybody, dude. but yeah, it's something that I found. Like I knew, I didn't pay too much attention to it until my wife was here, and she's like, "Why are all these people celebrating on the 25th?" I'm like, "That's when Christmas is," and she kind of flipped out. She was not ready for that.
Yeah, fantastic.
Very good, J Thor. You're doing excellent choices. I like your throw mixing up, and a lot of stuff you do here. Very nice back throw. Good game. Very good game. I like it very much, and again, I like the way you were mixing up throws. And you're like, once they escape this throw, you switched. Now, if that gets hacked, then you mix up a different way. But that was still a good stuff there. And then I think you got to see I was using boxing to kind of show you, kind of like what the sharp boxing is like up close. So, hope you enjoyed that game. It was really good stuff. I like your use of ranges too. That you have like a long range play, mid range play, and a close range play. We'll get you flowing on all of them a bit more and mixing up on all of them a bit more too. That's good stuff.
Alright, we start the countdown now. 5 matches. I think yeah, 5 matches before we begin the last league. So we have 1 more week left in the year, and then 4 more sessions for Europe and North America.
Very good.
I am looking for feedback for 2024. Try to commit to something for the first quarter of 2024, so basically January to the end of March. But I know for sure already that I will not be doing 3 weeknights per region next quarter. It was definitely a little bit too much to handle actually. So, but I still think I'll be doing 2 weeknights per region. The question is, do we want to do it where it's 1 weeknight is just how I've been running things, which is just 3 open leagues, and the other night is for the what I have always wanted to do is like invitationals or special events and stuff. But yeah, I'll post on the forums for various places, and if anyone has any suggestions or requests or things that you think will improve these sessions, please let me know.
Very good. Very fun game, Silverbolt. That was a lot of fun. You did a lot of really good stuff there. Keep it up, and definitely read Nellie's notes in the chat.
I want a serious fight.
Oh, one thing that I was thinking for starting 2024, in which on a set date at the end of March, like whoever has at least won a Open League, got first place Open League, gets to participate in the end of the quarter like tournament. Again, it's always the main thing that we like about these leagues is just you show up whenever you can to play, right? But those who do show up and play a little bit, or sometimes it might be something of interest just to do like a final tournament. But that is the idea that we're going to try to implement, and that gives people who can't always show up on a lot of these leagues, but could show up once in a while, a chance to do like a
That would be nice.
finale. You have 4 matches.
Round 2. Ready, go! Round 3. Ready, go!
Game.
Alright, GG Chanshat.
GG.
Thanks for the follow, Blood Colored.
See? I thought I'm better.
Alright, we got 3 more matches to go. Excuse me. So again, personal service announcements, public service announcement. Disperse the screen, don't hit the full screen mode until they patch it up. This is where the bug is apparently causing the game to freeze.
Or invite people at this point.
Round 1.
I'm sorry?
Or invite people.
Yes, yeah.
Nice. That's so cool. There's a lot of good stuff in the sequences now. It's a lot more airtime.
So the big event that's coming up in January, that would be the VFR's 5-on-5 team tournament, the Newton Cup. The theme on that one is some of the teams that are made based on being of the same age group.
Round 3.
I think same age or same generation. I don't remember exactly, but I think it's the same age. So that's something that we look forward to watching high-level play from Japan. And then February is a special cup, official Sega tournament. It is completely offline. Maximum participant is 256 entries. So if anyone outside Japan wants to participate, the expense for travel and lodging mostly. It's a free registration. And all participants gets the special title No VF, No Life, which is quite a uh, Cruel, Cruel. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, so that's why I'm spelling it.
Cool.
If they're not going to give us a,
Yeah,
and,
something similar.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely. I'm not too happy about it. I wish I had the money or the time to go play.
yeah, that's always the big issue. Distance and money. We have a small community. We have a community, but it's just all spread out everywhere.
Round one.
2 more matches to go. Let's see. I think March is a Winter Showdown. I think the Colorado group is trying to get people to go play. And then April is a Super Choya Cup in Brooklyn. A VF specific only event. So. And then May we have Fight Kingdom in the franchise area, Northwest.
Yeah, very excited for that event, and it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of the players are already excited for it. Some people early registering already. So early bird saves you a lot. You know, you save because oftentimes you end up saving about $20 on registration. So, but that event's a lot of fun.
Round three. Ready?
Oh, and Tessico has announced that the Evo side tournament, the Evo Japan 2024, since VF is not a title there, should be won a side tournament there in which people voted it to be a 3-on-3 team tournament.
Okay, that is really cool. But I'm glad that she asked both in Japanese and English when she was doing the poll what people's feedbacks were. You know. And I do think, you got to let the Japanese choose, and they did, I don't think as many Westerners voted, but I also think that Japanese will always do more. But I do think that for a big event like Evo, I mean, usually single tournaments would be it, but at the same time, the Japanese players are used to team battle, so I think it's going to turn out very good. It's going to actually ensure the attendance and excitement, so I think it's going to be really cool as a result. They have a culture for the 3 versus 3, especially since Virtua Fighter 3 team battle. So.
Alright, this is the last match before we begin the last league of the day.
Oh, J-Thor6 says that they're going to be at Fight Kingdom. I'm really happy about that. We had an awesome time with VF at Fight Kingdom. It's such a great event. We had players from Chicago and Colorado. So, J-Thor, I'm really excited you're going to be there. And I look forward to seeing you there. We'll have to get you in on the discussions for it. I did create a Fight Kingdom discussion group in the Discord, in the VF Discords. So in the offline meetups, we are putting out stuff for that because in Oregon, we're going to start having monthly tournaments at a venue called Cardboard Diamonds, and sometimes we'll be on the Portland Punish monthly tournament as well. So we're being much more active, and we have 2 to 3 offline sessions a week. It's been wonderful. But
is J-Thor Northwest or is West Coast?
I'm not sure where J-Thor6 is from, but they just mentioned that they were at Fight Kingdom last year for Alpha 2, and that they're going to be there this year. Oh, you're in Seattle? Okay,
Yeah.
J-Thor6, are you in the Water Lily group? We have a Discord for that. You got to join us. Like, I might be in Seattle this coming Thursday for the Water Lily meetup. It's a very it's a nice evening on Thursday in Capitol Hill. We meet at the brewery just right across the street from the park. So please send me a message either on Twitter or Discord. Discord, I'm Chanchai, just ChanChai, just like you see here, or on PSN. On PSN, send me a message, and I'll get you into that Discord, because you're a wonderful player. You've got players to play with you, whether it's on PS4 or PC, and Seattle has a scene, yeah, and we're just trying to get them more organized and more coming out more, but it is there, it's active, and we had such a wonderful time last week. So trust me, you're super welcome, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun, and there's players of all skill levels in Seattle. So it's a perfect ground for getting stronger, but also having fun. So. All right, good luck everybody in this
the
league.
league now. Good luck ahead.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah, Capitol Hill. It's gonna be Outer Planet Brewery. Yeah. So, Pablo the Mex, I'll try to reach out to you as well about that and get you in on the group as well on the Discord. Because we do have fun stuff. I post tips in there. Even though I'm from Portland, I regularly post in that. And we keep the community vibes going. You know, Northwest stronger together. And right now, the top active player in the Northwest is Dark Nova Void. Dark Nova Void comes out to those sessions as well.
It's showtime. Round one. Ready?
That was a lot of life to take. Not a problem. Yeah. Join us. It's fun. Trust me. Most of the player skill is kind of everywhere. We have players that are casual as well. So don't worry. There's no skill barrier. Just lots of fun and lots of love for VF. Alright, Akai's kicking my ass right now. I'll try to focus on the fight. Akai's playing really good. Very good throw. That again, throwing Leon is very strong. And he got me. Good game. I'm not winning this league today. So that was really good. Using throws, like I said, is very strong against Leon. It's strong because for him to make the risk for throwing big, he has to really double down on that risk to make that reward. And so throwing Leon is a very good thing to do. And Akai threw me a lot. So it's really strong. Now, of course, if you only throw, it's bad. But yeah. Thank you so much, Pablo. Yeah, I love the SRK forums and lots of good memories there. And everybody who's met me through those forums and especially in the Seattle scene, everyone's been really cool to me. So I appreciate it a lot. And I always feel so welcome in Seattle. So yeah, hopefully I can go on Thursday. I believe I'm going, but I need to make sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm going. I think it works out very well, actually. So yeah, the meetup's going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to try to get other Oregon players to come up as well. I believe they're planning on going. So this should be a really fun way to play VF. Now, technically it starts 7, but I'll probably try to go there at 4. I'll try to be there at 4 and set up to play. So we have a lot of hours to play, like 6 hours. Good. Much more in control. Really going for that.
Round 2. Ready?
That's ring out. It's a really good way to do it too. He's using the throw escape as well. Nice. Come on. Okay. I thought I was out of range. It's like that's I need to start learning how to punish his Akira's rising attacks. That's ring out. I have to also get used to, like, I can never stagger break that, and it's actually very stagger breakable. I don't know if I'm doing it too late. I might be doing it too late for online. So it might be one of those things where I do need to do it earlier online, and then, because I think I can normally deal with that. So I just need to break that stagger break online earlier. Just kind of treat it like, okay, go ahead and start. But you can't mash it during like recovery, so that's that's why the window is really tricky to figure out. Is you got to kind of do it at the end of recovery. So yeah. Yep. Yeah. Try breaking throws again. Figuring out when you can actually attack is pretty hard against Hellblaze because his it can be really hard. Okay, that Oki is really good. That's why the tech roll is so dangerous. So, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Damn, I wish that would work. Again, Reaper. Probably ensured that Setsuna will catch up to Crazy Drunk almost. I think he's about 3 behind or 2 behind now. We'll see. Hey, Pablo the Mex, again, thank you so much for your support. Thanks very much for watching the stream. I appreciate you so much, man. Fight Kingdom's just gonna be just so awesome. Like, I have good memories of you in the SRK forums as well, you know, and was like MVC2 was your game, if I remember. Sorry if I got that wrong. But man, yeah, just I look forward to like meeting up. And you know, Hypergraph is playing this game. I'm so glad Hypergraph's been playing VF. It's been awesome.
Round one. Ready, go!
So side turn game of Leon's is nasty. Okay, awesome. Yes, I'm gonna send you that info. I'm gonna make sure you know. It's just good just to hang out. Get you know, it's a really nice venue too. Like the people have always been really nice to us.
Round three. Ready, go!
That was an interesting sequence. Oh, I love 9Ps when it's used so well like that. Ooh, nice. I was looking at the wrong life bar. I thought that was my life bar.
Round four. Ready,
Alright. Silverbolt is doing a bar. Okay. Very good game. Very good game.
see? I thought I'm better.
Alright, it's a clash between Akai and Setsuna. But Reaper, oh, that's a really tall order. I think Setsuna's got this, I think. I understand, Silverbolt. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for toughing it out. And you are playing very well, though. You are. It's good stuff. So, thank you. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas to you and your family.
Round one. Ready, go!
So that high is what I'm targeting. When I see that low kick, I'm targeting the high after it. So it's okay to hit me with it, just be aware I might attack the second part.
Round three. Ready,
Very nice. Very nice. Sorry. Good games, Jthar. Good games.
see? I thought I'm better.
So I hope to meet you this weekend, Jthar. It's gonna be fun. All right, congratulations, Setsuna. That was awesome. Congratulations, Reaper.
Mhm.
Another awesome second place finish. And that was wonderful.
I get third.
Yep. Yeah, got third. Thank you very much. This was a really, really fun leagues today, and awesome battles. Especially Reaper, a lot of fun fighting your L Blaze. Like I'm trying to weave through it. I'm trying to thread those needles, and it's a lot of fun. But let's keep it up. I'm still gonna be here to play if anyone wants to play for a bit.
Okay.
So you can stay in the room if you can.
I'm staying. My wife is asleep, and I'm still I'm building some Gundam, so I have nothing better to do until like 7 p.m.
And
Awesome.
Akai,
And let me
awesome.
just, I'm sorry?
I was just gonna say it was an awesome battle with you in that league. You did something that I told a lot of people they should do against Leon, which is to throw more, because the risk reward for throws is a good thing against Leon. He has to like really expand his risk when he tries to go for, if he wants to have a reward for punishing throw, he goes out of his way to do a 20 frame attack. And because of that, like his risk is higher, so your risk is lower using throws against him until he starts, really trying to go for punishing the throw. So it's one of those things where I am telling more people now that throwing against Leon is generally pretty good, because anytime you're fighting a character that is, he has counter hit launchers, but if their normal hit launchers are that slow, just throwing a little more does quite a bit. That doesn't mean you just throw like crazy, but it means that you adjust, maybe do throwing 5% more, in the mix. Or 10. But yeah.
Yeah, I think the way Akai's been mixing throws and just being a little bit more aggressive lately, it's definitely making it hard to figure out and sort out.
It does.
Thanks. I think one thing that when playing against Chanchai early on is that he buys a lot.
Yes.
And so it discouraged me from dwelling it at first. And so I had to basically set things up to be able to feel like I could dwell more, with feeling a little bit more safer to dwell.
Yeah. Well, the trick
like what
with
you
that,
say, you mostly just poke to when you're firing, so it doesn't do that much damage.
Exactly.
But it does get frustrating to see my attempts fail to.
It does.
Right.
It's one of those things where you just get used to the fact that the Avari is. You have to look at how much damage the Avari is actually doing, right? And it's trying to get counter hits is what it's trying to do more than anything else. So, yeah. But when you look at the design, well, it's also like, he has good lows, but all of his lows are extremely punishable, more punishable than most characters' lows. So it's like, and so practicing punishing his lows is really good. Though with online, you have to read the lows, because it's harder to react block lows in the online game than in the offline. The offline, you can actually kind of react block a little more. So.
I'll just play a couple of matches before I call it a day. I think I waited everyone to Chanchai's channel. It was on my side. Hey, thanks for coming, Jimmy. I think Jimmy said he stopped playing on the joystick now. It's kind of because of issues with his wrist.
That can do it.
So I know LD Wells had issues with that too. So hopefully he could find maybe a control pad or a leverless type of stick would be able to would be not too much of an issues on his wrist.
I think pad is actually the easiest on the hands. I think all button controllers. I think all button controllers actually can.
Yeah, there's a lot of ergonomics that went into designing those pads. That's for a reason.
Yeah, I do think pads are the most ergonomic, if I'm being honest. About all button controllers, it kind of depends on some factors, but I also think that right now the default hitbox layout is, in my opinion, not the most ergonomic. But again, I also have VB1, the one from Golden Lever, and that one is very ergonomic, and it becomes clear when everybody at my Portland sessions uses that thing, they realize how much more ergonomic that is than the hitbox layout. and so that matters. But of course, if you play, there's only so much that you can play too still. But on the other hand, the Razer Kitsune, something unique that the Razer Kitsune does is all the buttons are very similar to a 30mm. And I used to think that would not be good, but it actually turns out for some people, it's kind of more ergonomic for some people. So that's another interesting aspect, is that the small buttons might be the thing that causes some, combined with the default hitbox layout, might be the thing that's causing.
That would definitely be an issue for me. Like, I have big hands.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really can't do those. I mean, I would be happy to see if I can mail my my Mixbox to Jimmy, if he was willing to try that.
I just saw Jimmy say that he actually plays faster on pad compared to stick.
Yeah, well, you can do target evading better on pad, right? Like evading is like something you can react better, right? Stick. On the VF Discord, actually, somebody asked about like if they need to do stick, and I told them I love stick and that I think this game plays the most fun, and arguably I really like the way this game plays on stick. However, the downside to stick is that you can get your hands tied. It's like you can get your hands tied. Also, in tournament play, you should like sit behind your opponent. I mean, I'll give out one secret. Like it wasn't like well, it could be intentional, but one thing was that like when Nova and Renzo were fighting, Renzo was just always sitting as far back as possible, always, and that's because Renzo knows that players do watch and respond to stick inputs. They can see it, especially in this game. And Wake Up is the one where like Wake Up is the situation where you can hear what your opponent's doing, unless they do fake inputs. And so, yeah, when I fight Nova, I do fake inputs too. Sometimes I hold guard and I tap like punch or kick just to kind of throw out something because I know that he's listening. And it's not like it's not a horrible thing. It's just a reality when you're playing side by side offline. But when you're playing like head to head, then you don't really have this factor as much. But if you're just using normal monitors and nothing to block the visibleness, then you can kind of see what your opponent's doing, and lever, stick, and buttons you can see better. But pad is harder to tell, like what people are doing from that. Hey Jimmy, so good to see you.
Yeah, there's a lot of control options nowadays, so hopefully people can find one that works for their specific needs. That was one of the reasons Tricky switched from a joystick to a hitbox, was because of her wrists.
Something I did
see Jay Thor post in your chat that he also using leverless because of his wrists.
Yeah, leverless can really make some people's wrists tired. So the ergonomics is still very personal, and I've definitely seen people where they can't use the leverless because it does the opposite. Tricky. Now, something to understand also, if you use a musical instrument, you're probably more likely to be a candidate for an all button controller, or touch typist too. But those two tend to like. What I will say is this: higher precision and higher speed is a double-edged sword. If you're sloppy with your inputs, that precision counts against you, right? So the more accurate you are, and the more relaxed you are, the more you already understand how to make use of devices like that, the better. But at the same time, there are people that they're not going to be the most clumsy, or they're not going to be the most clean with their inputs. And all button controller will just make it worse, because being more precise and faster, that's like the consequence. It's a double-edged sword, right? Sometimes what you're sacrificing when you use an all button controller is the intuitiveness of it. And if you're a person that's not the cleanest inputs, then that counterintuitiveness makes it harder. So it's lots of trade-offs. This game, what I can say 100% though, this game, all of them are valid, right? We know that Kingo and Nero both play pad. We know that Denkai plays pad. We know Tricky uses all button controller, and she's not the only one. I know a lot of people that use all button controller play this game great. I played this game on all button controller. It's a lot of fun. Stagger Break had to get more situation awareness, had to develop special technique for it, but you can do it, but it's weird. Half circles in fighting games are weird because they're all based on how the buffer is designed. So each game you kind of have to feel out the timing of what the game will let you do for half circle forward. But also because if you go too fast, you end up hitting 3 inputs at the same time. And that makes it harder. So it's lots of good stuff about controllers, you know. Like this, but this game, Virtua Fighter, to Virtua Fighter's credit, all of them are good. All of them have world-class level players playing on them. The only reason Japan doesn't have as much diversity is, you know, they have a strong conception that this game is an arcade game. And they want to play what you can play in the arcade usually. It's only the people who've given up on playing in the arcade that use different devices. That's why only because of COVID, more Japanese players are actually using levers besides the Sanwa. But still, most of them are just using Sanwa, because that's what's at the arcade.
That's definitely how it would come. That's why they're doing what they're doing.
Yep.
Also, if you're ever planning to going to Japan and playing in the arcades there, yes, there is VF5US, and it does sit in the Nesika cab, and it does have, you know, a port where you can plug your controller in, but no Japanese fighting game player is going to fight you in the Nesika arcade.
Yeah, but more
Or not generally, right?
But as more of the fighting games is just being played at the independent arcades as opposed to the mainstream ones, then actually more
That's
of
true.
the Japanese arcades are starting to put in USB plugs in them. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of those USB ports die fast and need a lot of maintenance to make sure that, you know, so it might be the
Yeah,
problem where you go there and it's like that
That's a good
port's
point.
dead, you know. So
Yeah, I saw Super Golden. He's a player back in the day that lives in the United States but now live in Japan.
yep.
No, he just recently went to his arcade to play on the esports cab.
Yeah, I think he
And,
plays
someone
on a
sat
cigar
next to him,
box.
you know, and they're both playing esports actually against other people online. But
Yeah.
it's just kind of funny. It's like yeah, there are still people play on it, but I think the main core hardcore group still sticks to Final Showdown.
Yeah.
At least for the arcades. But I saw like Muku. He's a strong Taka player, part of the original Family Gyoza team of 5. He uses a leverless stick control. He's been practicing it on the home console port of Ultimate Showdown.
There's also places kind of like Brooklyn Arcade, or that use consoles in Japan, but those are few and far between. I think there's a place in Yokohama where you can probably get some of that, but you would have to like gather people to play, and so it becomes a little bit harder to manage.
Oh, awesome. J Thor says that they lived in Tokyo for 12 years. I am so jealous.
Yeah, he was living there during the VF4 days. That's why I was going to ask him how his experience was playing in one of the popular days of VF.
Yeah. Oh my
think
gosh. That is the best VF experience, you know.
Yeah, I think J-Thor is going to improve in a very dramatic fashion, from my experience.
I think so too.
That's what's going to happen in the next few days. His defense is good and he's punishing well. So, yeah, in general, I think once you get past those
That is actually a very good point.
Your gameplay is just improved. The more you get information on how to do certain things and how to defend certain things.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think actually I'm realizing that about JThor's play is JThor's play is more rooted in like the way that you would play VF4 series and vanilla. But Final Showdown is so what I would say JThor is awesome battle Kai. Final Showdown is I believe it succeeded on a lot of Sega's design goals for most of the VF series, where it encourages fighting up close. I think the switch to what they call lazy throwscape to Yutori throwscape encourages fighting up close, because when you have the multiple throwscape system, you want to in that system, and then you have a powerful crouch backdash like you have in the VF4 all the way to VF5R. You have a lot of spatial play because you're trying to really cut down on when you're vulnerable to throw. And then when you cut down when you're vulnerable to throw, then multiple throwscape becomes much better. But in the lazy throwscape system, you're denying throws and you're forced to guess anyway. So you're able to kind of fight more up close in this game. The other aspect was a change to the side turn game. This game, I think the revolutionary feature of this game actually, of Final Showdown, is the side turn system, where frame data gets tweaked when your opponent is in a state called side turn, which usually happens after a successful evade with enough advantage. Your opponent's stuck in this position where your attacks, if they make contact with them, the frames are a little better, and the greater the damage, the more frame advantage is, the more bonus they get. And so what happens is that's why it's critical fighting at this close-up thing. And then there's another factor in the side turn game that makes the fighting up close, which is in the older VF games, if you evade somebody that's doing like punch punch punch, you evade it once, they're just gonna keep running away from you. They're gonna punch in a direction that's off axis. They're gonna be doing their string away from you. That's still true in this game if you evade and don't press anything. But if you evade and they're doing a string or they're doing a super slow attack, and then after your successful evade, you hit a button and they're still in either that string or in the very slow attack, that same one that you evaded, then they will suddenly track and hit you. And so this game forces you to assess the situation after evades. It keeps you watching what you do and not wanting to just mash buttons right away if they're in the middle of a string or they're doing a really, really slow attack. And so, and then the frame data on the side turn makes you have to assess it rewards you, not in an overwhelming way, but in tiny degrees. It rewards you for making these sharp decisions after evades. It makes you want to check the situation after evades much more sharply, and it will reward you for that. But it rewards it not in like huge combos, though it can, but it especially rewards you in terms of which pokes are better, what are good pokes, what's going to win in this situation, what's going to lose, and what is your opponent doing wrong, in the same way that the normal game does, just a little more. I love that VF adds all these different little skill layers or skill sets, and that they don't break the game necessarily, but what they do is they do combine together to create these marginal advantages that add up. And so, yeah, because I'm better at the side turn game, there is a point where, yeah, that thing wins. Ah, shit, excuse my language.
Somebody froze this.
I think it was me.
I
think it was me. I'm sorry. How do we break out of this? Do we leave the room?
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas from Chanchai. All right, so we start a new room, right? Start a new room.
I think you could start a new room and disconnect for you guys. Yeah.
No, disband it, Chanchai.
I'm still the host, so you just want me to disband room?
I can't.
Just kick you guys out.
So when this thing's stuck,
okay. And then nobody loses anything. Because if we come out Jimmy and I, we can't come out of this.
Oh yeah, because then you guys might get already banned.
Good.
Yeah.
So disband the room.
Points.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so right now the room is being kicked out.
I think, Chanta, you just make the room for the people then, since you're still playing.
No, the Reaper. This isn't a lump of coal. This is a new situation check for VF.
You still there?
It's a new skill check. Skill check of hitting the button for the replay. The game outside the game. Are you
Right,
checking your
so
situation?
Public service announcements. When the versus screen shows up, don't accidentally hit the L1 button to go into full screen mode. That has the 10 possibility of freezing the game.
Oh my gosh.
But at least it didn't happen during the league, so yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, you guys. I'm stuck too.
Thanks for,
So
thanks
Jimmy,
for
Jimmy,
the Barrett, Sanchai.
Jimmy, Jimmy and Satsuna, are you guys still stuck in the room or you're out?
Oh, no, we're stuck.
I'm stuck. Yeah, I've got the accessing screen, so I'm like, damn.
No, we probably have to take the L, Jimmy.
Oh my gosh, what is this? Yay, the room disbanded. Okay, cool. But we're still
Is this
For a
stuck.
little while.
I'm still stuck
Oh,
on
there we
this, but we'll see.
No, I'm still stuck. I'm still
I'm
in
still
versus.
stuck.
I think you guys had to just quit and get back into the game.
No. I'm streaming. And the but I'm streaming on PS5, not on PC. So, you can actually reset the PS5 on a PC. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. It got disconnected.
If Chanchai is the one who actually caused the freeze,
I was the one who caused it.
his is also freeze up, and he has to actually
Reset.
start back up too. That happened to me.
All right, I'll join
on
you
Tuesday.
guys.
It was me who actually caused that.
Stream, thank you very much. I'm
The
going to
final match
restream.
between the Walk Reaper and Bannock to freeze up.
So, close
But
the
that was
stream.
before I
I'll be back
knew,
up soon.
so nothing shady on my end. It was all accident, pure accident.
The stream will be back up in 2 minutes.
Jimmy got the warning. My condolences.
I'm sorry, Jimmy.